Today we're exploring some of the funniest and most surprising facts about Jujutsu Kaisen that you probably missed. JJK is packed with action, drama, and badass characters, but it's also got some hilarious and shocking tidbits, so grab some popcorn and let's get into the top 22 funny facts about JJK. Fact 1. Gojo's popularity prank. Alright, so fact number 1 is all about Gojo's popularity. Did you know that Akutami, the creator of JJK, actually hates Gojo? Yep, that's right. During a popularity poll, he told fans to vote for Nanami instead, and guess what? Gojo's ranking dropped from 1st to 3rd. It's hilarious how even the creator isn't safe from messing with the fans. This just shows how much fun Akutami has with his audience. He knows Gojo is a fan favorite, but he's not afraid to shake things up. It's like a playful jab at Gojo's over-the-top popularity. And honestly, it makes us love Akutami even more for keeping things interesting. Fact 2. Inumakis' hilarious speech quirk. Next up, we've got Inumaki and his weird but funny speech pattern. If you've ever wondered why he always says stuff like tuna mayonnaise, it's because of his cursed speech ability. This ability is both super powerful and super random. Imagine having to yell salmon in a fight to cast a spell. The randomness of his food-related curses is a comedic goldmine. It adds a lighthearted twist to intense battles. Plus, it's always fun trying to guess what he'll say next. Inumaki's quirk makes every scene he's in unexpectedly hilarious. Fact 3. Yuji's unexpected celebrity crush. Let's talk about Yuji's crush on Jennifer Lawrence. Yes, you heard that right. During his fight with Aoi Todo, Yuji confesses that his type is Jennifer Lawrence. This random celebrity crush was revealed during a serious moment, making it even funnier. It's one of those things that makes Yuji so relatable and down to earth. We all have that one celebrity crush, right? It's hilarious to think about Yuji, a guy who fights curses for a living, fangirling over J-Law. This little detail adds a lot of charm to his character. Fact 4. Gojo and Digimon fanboying. Okay, so this one's for all the Digimon fans out there. Did you know Gojo is a huge Digimon fan? Yep, he even talks about it with Geto in the Hidden Inventory arc. Seeing the almighty super cool Gojo geek out over Digimon is just priceless. It's these little quirks that make the characters feel so real. Imagine Gojo, with all his powers, sitting down to watch Digimon like a regular dude. It's a fun and unexpected layer to his personality. Plus, it shows that even the strongest sorcerer has a soft spot for childhood favorites. Fact 5. Akutami's struggle with female characters. Here's a funny one about Akutami himself. He admitted that he's not great at drawing women, and often stops himself from making them too ladylike or sexy. He said his parents were watching him and his work, so he had to keep it in check. Talk about pressure, right? This honest confession is both funny and endearing. It's like Akutami is just trying to do his best while dealing with some pretty relatable struggles. Plus, it explains why the female characters in JJK are so unique. They're strong and badass without falling into typical tropes. Fact 6. Yuji's hoodie inspiration. Next up, Yuji's iconic hoodie. Did you know it was inspired by Naruto? Yep, Akutami wanted it to represent youth, much like Naruto's outfit. This subtle nod to another beloved anime is super cool and kind of funny when you think about it. It's like Yuji is carrying a piece of anime history with him. Plus, it's a nice little Easter egg for fans of both series. It shows how much respect Akutami has for the classics. And let's be real, who doesn't love a good hoodie? Fact 7. Gojo's blindfold evolution. Speaking of iconic looks, let's talk about Gojo's blindfold. Originally, he wore white bandages, but Akutami changed it to a black blindfold. Why? Because drawing bandages every week was a pain. Yep, practical reasons for the win. It's funny to think that such an iconic part of Gojo's look came down to what was easier to draw. But hey, it works. The black blindfold has become a signature part of his character. It just goes to show that sometimes the simplest changes can have the biggest impact. Fact 8. Megumi's love for animals over humans. Now here's a quirky one about Megumi. Akutami mentioned that Megumi feels more sorry for animals dying than humans. Yep, our brooding sorcerer has a soft spot for animals. It's a funny and unexpected trait for such a serious character. This little detail adds a lot of depth to Megumi. It shows his compassionate side in a really unique way, plus it's kind of hilarious to think of him being all serious and then melting at the sight of a cute animal. Megumi's love for animals makes him even more endearing. Fact 9. Panda's public persona. Alright, let's talk about Panda. When he's in public, he pretends to be a doll or someone in a costume. Yep, to avoid suspicion, Panda has to act like he's not a talking, walking panda. Just imagine that. This is one of those facts that's both funny and clever. It adds a layer of comedy to his character while also making perfect sense in the world of JJK. Panda's attempts to blend in with humans are just too funny. It's like a giant game of charades every time he steps outside. Fact 10. The unfortunate pay of voice actors. Here's a shocking and somewhat funny fact. The English voice actors for the JJK movie were paid only $150 each. That's right, despite the movie's huge success, they got peanuts. It's absurd and kind of hilarious in a sad way. This little tidbit highlights the often overlooked struggles of voice actors. It's funny because of the sheer ridiculousness of the situation, but it also sheds light on a serious issue in the industry. Let's hope things get better for these talented folks. Fact 11. Hidden movie references. JJK is full of hidden movie references. From Lord of the Rings to Castaway, Akutami loves slipping these in. For instance, Yuji's training scene with Gojo has a Lord of the Rings reference with Sam and Frodo. It's these little Easter eggs that make watching JJK so fun. Spotting these references is like a game within a game. It adds an extra layer of enjoyment for movie buffs. Plus, it's always fun to see how Akutami weaves these nods into the story. Keep your eyes peeled, and you might catch a few more. Fact 12. Gojo's sweet tooth. Next, we have Gojo's sweet tooth. He loves sweet things but hates alcohol. Yep, the strongest sorcerer has a bit of a sweet side. It's a funny contrast to his badass, confident persona. This little quirk makes Gojo even more lovable. It's like finding out your favorite superhero has a weakness for candy. Plus, it's always amusing to see these tough characters have such relatable everyday preferences. Gojo's love for sweets is just another reason to love him. Fact 13. Akutami's favorite curse technique. Akutami's favorite curse technique is Nanamis. He loves how practical and straightforward it is. It's funny because you'd expect the creator to favor something flashier, but nope, he's all about that efficiency. This preference shows Akutami's appreciation for simplicity and effectiveness. It's kind of amusing to think about him geeking out over Nanami's technique. Plus, it's a nice nod to Nanami's character, who is all about getting the job done. Fact 14. Gojo's blindfold explanation. So why does Gojo wear a blindfold? It's because his six eyes ability makes him see cursed energy in crazy detail. Without the blindfold, it's like watching high-res thermography all the time. Sounds exhausting, right? This explanation adds a whole new layer to Gojo's character. It's funny to think about him navigating the world like a high-tech superhero. Plus, it makes his blindfold even cooler. It's not just for show, it's a necessity. Fact 15. The Jennifer Lawrence confession. Remember Yuji's crush on Jennifer Lawrence? Well, Akutami revealed that Yuji's attraction came from watching Silver Linings Playbook. That's such a specific and random detail. It's funny to think about Yuji sitting down to watch a rom-com amidst all the chaos of his life. This little tidbit makes him even more relatable. Plus, it adds a charming, down-to-earth element to his character. We all have our favorite movies and celebrity crushes after all. Fact 16. The Mukbang Enthusiast Inumaki loves watching mukbang videos on YouTube. Yep, the guy who can curse people with his words enjoys watching people eat online. It's such a funny and random hobby for him to have. This fact adds a lot of personality to Inumaki. It's like a peek into his off-duty life. Plus, it's hilarious to think about him enjoying mukbang videos while everyone else is training or fighting curses. It's a quirky, endearing detail that makes him stand out. Fact 17. The Quirky Names. Akutami combines rare family names with common given names for his characters. For example, Itadori, Fushiguro, and Kugisaki are pretty unique names in Japan. This naming process is both clever and funny. It's like a little game Akutami plays with himself. It also makes the characters' names memorable and distinct. Plus, it shows the effort and creativity that goes into every aspect of JJK. These unique names add an extra layer of charm to the series. Fact 18. Gojo's original sunglasses. Gojo originally wore black sunglasses that looked completely opaque to normal people. Akutami switched to the blindfold because it was easier to draw. Can you imagine Gojo rocking those shades? This little change is pretty funny when you think about it. It's like Gojo had a major fashion makeover. Plus, it's another example of practical decisions shaping the iconic looks of our favorite characters. The blindfold definitely works though. Fact 19. Panda's cooking skills. Panda is actually the best cook among his classmates. Yep, the talking panda can whip up a mean meal. This fact is both surprising and hilarious. It's funny to imagine Panda in the kitchen cooking up a storm. This unexpected talent adds another layer to his character. Plus, it's a fun detail that makes him even more lovable. Who wouldn't want to try one of Panda's meals? Fact 20. The Raid 2 inspiration. The fight between Chozo and Yuji was inspired by the film The Raid 2. Akutami looked at how Tatsuki Fujimoto did something similar for Chainsaw Man and decided to give it a shot. The result? An epic action-packed fight scene. It's always cool to see where creators get their inspiration. This little behind-the-scenes fact adds depth to the fight scenes. Plus, it's funny to think about Akutami getting hyped up by watching action movies. It's a nice peek into his creative process. Fact 21. Makis' kung fu influence. Makis' fighting style is described as more kung fu-like. This detail sets her apart from other sword fighters in the series. It's a unique and funny twist to her character. This influence makes Maki's fights even more interesting to watch. It's like she's blending different martial arts styles into her own unique combat technique. Plus, it shows the thought and creativity that goes into choreographing these epic battles. Maki's kung fu flair is just another reason to love her. Fact 22. The Fortnite Cameo. Last but not least, Yuji, Megumi, Nobara, and Gojo appeared in Fortnite. Yep, they joined the ranks of other anime characters like Dragon Ball and Naruto. Seeing them in a completely different gaming universe is both hilarious and awesome. This crossover is a fun surprise for fans. It's like a dream come true to see your favorite JJK characters in Fortnite. Plus, it's a testament to the series' popularity and cultural impact. Who knew we'd be battling it out with Yuuji and the gang in Fortnite? 22 funny and surprising facts about Jujutsu Kaisen that you probably missed. I hope you enjoyed these little insights and had a good laugh. If you know any other funny facts, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.